You know, for millions of families, tracking Santa Claus on Christmas Eve is this big, beloved tradition. But have you ever stopped to wonder how a top secret military command, one built to defend an entire continent, ended up with the most magical job in the world? Well, it's a surprising story that starts right in the middle of the Cold War.
And believe it or not, this tradition is about to hit a huge milestone. On Christmas Eve 2025, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, yep, NORAD, will be celebrating its 70th year of tracking Santa's incredible journey from the North Pole. 70 years! And don't think this is some small side project. No, today it is a massive operation. Every single Christmas Eve, more than 1,000 volunteers get on the phones to field over 100,000 calls from kids all over the world, all asking that one single, all-important question: where is Santa right now? So that's the big question, right? How in the world did an agency designed to stop missile attacks end up in charge of a Christmas fairy tale? The answer, as it turns out, is a fantastic accident. Okay, so let's rewind the clock. We're going back 70 years to the height of the Cold War. The year is 1955, and, tensions around the globe are incredibly high. At the time, leaders in the US and Canada had this really serious worry, a potential bomber attack from the Soviets coming right over the North Pole. But for most everyday Americans who were pretty tired after a couple of wars, this new threat just wasn't really on their minds. The organization responsible for watching those skies, it was called CONAD, the Continental Air Defense Command. This was the group that came before NORAD, a super serious, highly classified command center based out in Colorado Springs. And then, the fateful moment. In November of 1955, a Sears ad in a newspaper printed a phone number for kids to call Santa. The only problem? There was a typo. So a child misdials the number, and suddenly, the top-secret red phone at CONAD starts ringing. Colonel Harry Shout picks it up, and as you can imagine, he was pretty gruff when a tiny voice on the other end asked if he was Santa Claus. But then, right there on the phone, something clicked for Colonel Shoop. He realized this wasn't just some funny mistake. No, this was an incredible opportunity. And this is where the story gets really, really smart. As the historian Heather Cox Richardson explains, Shoop saw this as a genius PR move. He could use this complete accident to get a war-weary public to finally pay attention to the very real threat coming over the pole, and to the vital work CONAD was doing to keep them safe. So a few weeks later, Shoop told his public relations officer to put out a press release. The official statement: CONAD was tracking Santa's sleigh on its radar. The media absolutely ate it up, and just like that, a tradition was born. What started as this clever, one-time PR stunt, well, it quickly grew into something so much bigger. It became an enduring international mission, the one we all know and love today. So, after that first call in 1955, the media called back the very next year to see if it was happening again. Then, by 1957, the US and Canada officially teamed up to create NORAD, which took over the Santa tracking duties. The mission just kept growing, and by 1960, it took another really creative leap. You have to hear this. In 1960, NORAD reported that Santa's sleigh had made an emergency landing on the ice up in Hudson Bay. So Canadian fighter jets were scrambled to go check it out. And what did they find? They found Santa on the ice, bandaging one of his reindeer's feet. The jets then escorted his sleigh for the rest of the journey, and Santa even had to slow his team down so the jets could keep up with him. How great is that? All of this brings us to the really powerful legacy of that one wrong number. A program that was literally born from Cold War anxiety has completely transformed into an annual source of pure joy and delight. I mean, the contrast here is just fascinating, right? For 364 days a year, NORAD uses its incredibly advanced radar, satellites, and fighter jets for the very serious work of defending a continent. But for one night, all of that amazing technology is repurposed to track a sleigh and create a magical world for children. And beyond the magic, the program has also become a true testament to the friendship between the United States and Canada. As Heather Cox Richardson points out, it's this huge mission powered by volunteers, military and civilian, from both nations, all working together just to bring a little more joy into the world. So it really leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? In a world filled with complex alliances and very high-stakes defense, what does it mean that for one night a year, our most powerful tools of vigilance are dedicated entirely to wonder and belief?
Thanks so much for joining me.